What is going on? So a new Sonic Frontiers trailer was released to the public, focusing on combat and upgrades, the skill tree, and other stuff like that. Officially anyways. So I just want to make this short ramble about what I thought about this combat trailer and basically how I feel about it, about all the new features, the skill tree, and other stuff like that. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. When you first start up the game, you start off pretty weak. All you really have is like the stomp, the drop dash, just like normal punches and kicks, etc. And as you'll progress through the game, you'll earn new moves and upgrade old ones that you have as well. The way that you just upgrade as Sonic is done by fighting enemies, collecting red seeds of power, and blue seeds of defense. This will lead into the moves that you'll get into the skill tree, and I think the skill tree has a pretty decent amount of moves, especially with these moves being super flashy and really powerful. One of my main worries back in the old days of Frontiers is that if you had all these flashy moves, will these enemies even be strong enough to withstand them so you can do these flashy moves? And luckily this video eases my worries.
As the game progresses and Sonic levels up, so do your enemies.
That phrase right there, let's go. I had a slight fear that they were not going to be going down this path when doing this game, because Sonic games can be notoriously easy at times, and I at least want a little bit of challenge, and especially if this game has like hack and slash level mechanics, I want big and flashy combos for my combo videos, man. But not only that, you also get rewarded for going for big and flashy combos as you activate Phantom Rush mode. Basically, while you're doing combos, if you fill up a meter to a high amount, you can activate Phantom Rush mode, where basically Sonic's attack power just gets boosted by a lot. I assume that this is mostly going to be intended for big bosses, because I think even the stronger enemies will probably not even stand a chance against what Sonic is going to do to them. After dropping this important information though, they start to get into detail about certain moves themselves. My favorite move in the game has always been Sonic Boom. I just think it's just like a really cool move. It's basically if Sonic was Chun-Li and matching the kick button, but instead of just normal kicks, projectiles come out of it. I'm also a fan of Wild Rush, which is basically just a stronger, flashier homing attack. It also just seems like a really good combo starter because you launch off the enemy when you make contact with them. It then goes over to Silo, which we've seen plenty of times now, where it breaks enemy shields and barriers, but it can also collect rings off the ground if you run around in a circle anytime, I'm pretty sure. Now, a lot of people are kind of worried about this move because it could cheese the game and make it easier. I just hope that like during boss fights you're not able to like do that. I hope it's really like a difficulty thing, because I bet Sega would probably know if you can like really cheese with this thing. Me personally, I'm not too worried about it. It then shows off one of the guardians you can fight on Ares Island, and the boss fight definitely looks interesting. Now, the guy mentions that with enough skill you can beat the enemy with ease, but even so, if you have like a really good like list of skill tree moves and whatever, I still hope that the fight is at least a challenge, you know? But if it's fun to like really just dish out moves on enemies all willy-nilly for a good amount of time, I'll be fine with that too, personally. Next up, they show up the PARRY, and the PARRY was already pretty insane when we first got a little hint of it. But the fact that it could just slow down time if parried right, like that's gonna make parries be so satisfying. They basically just gave Sonic witch time. Speaking of which, the combat in this game just basically overall feels influenced by Bayonetta, Devil May Cry, and Kingdom Hearts. After that, that's basically the trailer. It does show off the stuff you get in Digital Deluxe Edition, including the additional gloves and shoes for Sonic, but I'm getting base game, so it doesn't matter to me. But overall, this combat trailer has me really stoked for the combat, because the combat is definitely one of the elements that I was really excited for, as I'm a huge fan of hack and slash type games. I don't think it's really far-fetched to say that the combat in this game is definitely going to be one of the strongest parts and fun parts about the game, but that's probably what I think personally, because combat in Sonic games is something that we don't usually get, and seeing it done in a way that's similar to other hack and slashes gets me really excited. But what did you guys think of the combat? What's your favorite move? Let me know down in the comments below, and let me know what you overall think about all this. Sonic Frontiers is leading closer, and I'm really excited to finally just, you know, play it. So yeah, with that, I'll see you guys in another video.